One of the things that goes when we get older is our memory. Some would say it's a short-term memory loss. We forget something that just happened to us, but maybe some would say it's long-term memory. You can't remember things of the past. I am one of those that does not remember a ton from my childhood, and it's often remarkable when I talk to other people who can remember details and can remember things spoken to them. They can remember teachers that they had and things that were taught to them or conversations that they had with other people. That is just amazing to me. Another thing to think through, some people have totally lost their memory or are struggling with that. It's a health concern. Maybe you are kind of walking through that with a loved one in your family and you're taking care of somebody and it's a health concern. It's a very difficult thing. But wherever you find yourself in the thought of losing your memory, today is one of those days that they call us to remember Pearl Harbor. The day is December 7th, 1941. That day in history is etched in our memory, at least on our calendars, and we're thought to remember that day because of us entering World War II in a fight against Japan, Germany, and Italy. It's also a time when our president, FDR, came together and said it's a day that will live in infamy. And he put that speech together as we entered the war, the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. I don't know if you've ever been there. I still am a history buff. In particular, I really was fascinated by World War II. I don't know why, but I would write submarine missions and fascinated by Pearl Harbor and Midway and Guadalcanal and a lot of the battles that took place. And it was just a fascination, especially during school and those kinds of things. But in it, I was able to stand on the USS Arizona, at least the memorial. Maybe you have done that as well. But it was a point to bring back a lot of the things that I remember. In fact, the first dog I had, a rescue dog, as a kid, and I renamed the dog Nimitz, Admiral Nimitz, the one who led us after World War II, after Pearl Harbor, and into the Battle of Midway, and was a significant player, if you will. But memory is an amazing thing that we have, right? Sometimes it's really a great thing when we want to remember something of significance that played an important part in our life. Other times we want to forget things that were awful, or we just want to distance ourselves from it. But through the years, I've been a part of baccalaureates. Whether I was organizing one or prayed at one of these ceremonies, but I had quite a number of years where I was a part of it. But one time I was just a attendee. I just got to be able to sit back, and I still remember what that gentleman spoke about. And he spoke about remembering your Creator. And in his talk to the faculty and the parents that were there, and especially the students, he shared Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and I just wanted to share that with you today as we are in the thought of remembering the past. He says this: remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of your trouble come, and the years approach when you will say, I find no pleasure in them. How are you at remembering your Creator? Do you recall those times when God has walked through some amazing things with you and your faith has strengthened you? You recall the times when God was there through struggles and He was there in the triumphs, and you recall the blessings that you have been given. That's what he's talking about here. He's talking about when you were young, make your faith, not your parents. And as he spoke, he nailed this thought that you take the mantle now of faith. You set the course of your life now as a young person. Don't look back years later with all the baggage perhaps that you have set, or the hurts and the pains, without having God at your side. So Christian, my encouragement to you is, it's not too late. Whether you're young, whether you're in the middle, whether you're old, remember your Creator. Make that first priority. Establish habits and disciplines now that will sustain you currently and in the future. It's a day to remember our Creator, Christian. So let's do that all together. I appreciate you listening. We will see you again real soon.